Hey, I'm Rockin' Ronnie. Today I'm going to do a tier list video of all dirt pedals. Well, with a couple wild cards. And they're mostly going to be classics. Let's get started. First off, DS1. It's most people's first pedal. You know, people say about this pedal, because so many people dog on it, but they say, you don't really know pedals if you don't like the DS1. That's what they say. They say it in the Facebook groups. So, of course, you know, I make pedals for a living, so what do you guys think my opinion is? I don't like the DS1. No. I'm not going to say it's trash, but there's much better pedals. So, speaking of first pedals, we got the DoD Grunge, baby. This was my first pedal. In, I don't know, about 6th grade. Kurt Cobain was everything when I was a kid. We probably thought this is how you got that sound, which, funny enough, I think he did like a magazine article where they were like, how do you get your sound, Kurt? And he's like, oh, it's the grunge pedal, man. It's the grunge. That's what they said. He said. But it was all a lie because it wasn't plugged in. I don't really remember too much what this sounds like. So it's hard to say, but for nostalgia purposes, because it's so near and dear to my heart, we're going to put it in the B tier. Up next, we got the Tube Screamer. It's like nothing but pedals I don't like. I mean, it's the mid push, you know? So people wanted me to make a Tube Screamer, and I put it off, and then I thought, well, I like money, so I'll sell people a Tube Screamer. And I took it really seriously. I wanted to make one that I really thought was better than an 808 or a TS9. I do believe I succeeded at that. I love Overdrive pedals, but the mid push that it does is just too much for me. But you know, come on, it's a Tube Screamer. I can make it work. We all can make it work. If you can't make a Tube Screamer work, then it's probably not the pedal. For now, we're going to say C. We might move these guys around later. But this is also my list. Okay, I'm not trying to say that this is the end-all list. You want to learn about me? Then here you go. Let's do one that I actually like. A original Blues Breaker. Let this photo represent like an actual Blues Breaker circuit. We'll go as far to say not only is it this pedal that this photo represents, but it also represents the JHS Morning Glory. Now here's what a JHS Morning Glory is. It is that pedal, but it has a JFET based boost after it to make it louder. I love these. They're great. We're going to go A tier. Yeah, okay. All right. We got the Model 4 Overdrive. Come on. It's Critter Electronics. Come on. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Okay, so the Model 4 Overdrive was, listen, if I'm going to make pedals and I can justify selling them, then I'm going to have to make them better than the original. Like, why would I even do this if it's not going to be better? If I'm going to make any pedals at all, then I might as well try to make them better than the original. I know, apples and oranges, and how do you perfect something so beautiful? But it's 2026 now. M4 came from the M3. That pedal came out, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. I am the only one who has ever put a charge pump in them. If I'm going to make a pedal with a clone, I better make darn sure that it's a good pedal and that it's going to be, in my eyes, better than the original. I am going to say this is better than the Blues Breaker. It is. I mean, come on, guys. Okay, here's what I'm going to do for this. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say, oh, my pedal's better because I'm trying to sell you something. I'm going to tell it like it is. So the M4 also has a double stomp. It's got a built-in boost as well. Kind of like a King of Tone kind of thing. All right, let's move on. This is way too much about the M4. All right, a little wild card action for you. A little wild card. We got a chicken salad vibrato. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know this pedal. This was the pedal that was $30 until...
I bought it because I didn't really know what it was, and it was cheap.
Yeah, I can understand why the price shot up. I also don't understand why Dan Electro never reissued the pedal. I don't know if it's supplies or what. I've never made this style, a photocell type of Univibe chorus type of pedal. But that being said, I had one when I was a kid and I loved it. Loved it. Oh my gosh. I got that pedal before I even knew what a Univibe was. And I loved it. So because of the nostalgia from when I was a kid, let's put this one in. Let's put it at the top of the beat. It deserves it. It deserves it. All right. All right. Next up is a Big Muff. All right. This is kind of like the Tube Screamer. You know, they're handy. They're great. But this is my list. I made, you know, the American Fuzz, which is kind of like the Model 4. It's an improved version of it. And that was wonderful. But Big Muff is not my thing. Let's put it here. All right. We got a Plumes pedal right here. All right. Once again, another high headroom kind of vibe. We're going to put that in front of the Tube Screamer. Can you see a theme here? The theme is that if it's a good company and they make a high headroom version of a classic pedal, that I like the high headroom version more. All right. Let's go with another wild card. We've got the Phase 90. All right. Phase 90 is badass. Why do we like Phase 90s? So it was said that David Gilmour, I believe, did not want to lug around his Univibe anymore, or for whatever reason, it was easier to play a Phase 90. So I believe songs like Breathe or wherever there was a Univibe ended up getting the Phase 90 instead. Now, of course, you've got Eddie Van Halen. Now me, I play electric piano. I can't afford a nice Rhodes or Whirly. I just got the digital piano. But you better believe that thing's plugged in to a Phase 90. Yeah. What a legendary pedal. I mean, for like $75 or $80 or how much they cost now, I don't even know. What a great value. Such a great value. S tier all the way. Let's leave a little space because there's something else we like. We're going to go with a fuzz face. All you need is a fuzz face. You roll down the volume and get that mojo. Not for me. But that being said, I'm going to tell you a crazy story. Do I like it more than the Tube Screamer? No. Or more Big Muff? No. Here's where it gets wild. And we're going to do a little more self-promotion shamelessly. So this is a sophisticated CAD drawing of the new Critter Fuzz Face prototype. Very sophisticated CAD engineering. And I love this pedal. And I just said that I didn't like the Fuzz Face that much. Oh my God. This pedal rocks. So what this is another high headroom concept. I've never heard of that before. Well, actually, now that I think about it, the Fuzz Face itself is not high headroom. However, it's going in to a 2-stage preamp that is high headroom. And that's got soft clipping. So kind of what it is it's a Fuzz Face going into a Plumes pedal. All in one pedal. Oh, it's badass. It's badass. Yeah, I like this pedal a lot. This is solid 8. You know what? I haven't gotten to play with it for years like I have all these other pedals, but screw it. It's going in S tier. I like this pedal, guys. And you will too when it finally comes out.
Up next, we've got the Shin Eye Superfuzz.
Okay, y'all heard me say the Big Muff was just okay, and that the Fuzz Face wasn't for me, but I love the Critter Fuzz Face prototype. It's great. For the longest time, Critter didn't even have a fuzz pedal. And so many people, after selling so many Klon type of pedals or whatever it was, people said, well, why don't you have any fuzz pedals? Well, there was an answer, and that was because none of them I liked. And I don't think that means like fuzz in general, but like as far as me prototyping stuff and like finding something that I like, I never prototyped anything, and I really wanted to put my name on it. You know, I'm sure I could have made a decent fuzz pedal at the time, but it just wasn't worth it to me. However, somebody brought me a Shin Eye Fuzzwa to to restore. It was the world's worst wah pedal with the best fuzz. It had one of these built onto it. And I fell in love. It had these beautiful old glass germanium diodes. And this thing just was instant classic 60s psychedelic rock. And I fell in love. Oh my gosh. If you've never played a super fuzz pedal, try one out. Hands down my favorite fuzz pedal. I love these things. They are so awesome.
In the category of fuzz pedals, the judges have scored the Super Fuzz in the S tier.
Should we put it in front of the prototype? You know what? We will for now. Maybe one day the prototype will be in front of it. All right, next we've got one of the best pedals of all time. I know what you're wondering. Is it a transparent Overdrive? You know, the expensive one? No, it's not. It's not a Bad Monkey either. It's a Metal Zone. Yeah, it's a Metal Zone. So I lied to you. It's not one of the best pedals ever. Okay, so I got a friend who swears by the Metal Zone, but he says that you need to pair it with a tube screamer. But I'm not him. And I think the Metal Zone is for junior high kids in their bedrooms and just that. Please don't roast me, guys. Don't burn me at the stake. I'm sorry, guys. I said at the beginning this was my list. You know, come on. Okay, are we on the same page again? All right. Listen, you know me, baby. You know we're cool. Yeah, we're all right. We're okay. We're cool. I can't take the Metal Zone seriously. I'm sorry. If somebody wants to send me one, or if I can get really rich and buy one because money is no longer, I'd have to have like $1 trillion to justify the expense of a Metal Zone. That would be like taking a $100 bill and ripping it up. Is it better than a DS1 though? You know what? It is better than a DS1. Yeah. Okay. All right. Up next, we have another wild card for you. We got the wah wah pedal. All right. Wah wah pedals are sick. We wouldn't know reggae music the way we do. We wouldn't know Metallica the way we do. That's not a good reference. All the Kirk Hammeting in the world, it's not a good reference. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix uses a wah wah pedal. Yeah. All right, instant S tier, guys. Come on. It's a wah pedal. How you gonna say, oh well, actually the wah pedal that belongs in C tier? No. And that's like this is looking good. Yes. This tier list is looking good. We'll evaluate it at the end, of course. Of course we will. Okay, moving on. We got Klein Centaur, the gold one, the gold horsey. Okay, let's let this photo not represent an actual clone, but all clone clones and all clones in general. I'm of the camp that I don't think you need the real deal to get where you need to go. To be honest, I don't know that I've ever played a real original clone. I've played many of the KTRs, and that's kind of a problem with society, a little bit. It's kind of a problem with society. I'm just saying, like $10,000 is a starting point. JHS tried to sell one for the cost of a house on the lake. I mean, come on. Okay, so we can, this will represent a Mosky silver horse or whatever, or Tumnus. This is going to be all inclusive. So we're going S tier, guys. The clone circuit always works. Always works. I've had people tell me, oh, I don't like clone pedals. No, I don't. Okay, if you don't like a clone pedal, that means that you don't like your guitar and your amp. Because if you think that the clone pedal is the thing that's making your tone not good, That's not true. Because all a clon pedal is going to do is amplify what you already have. That is it. It's going to give you about what you already got. It's got to be the most transparent pedal out there. We got one more. What do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be another wild card? Is it going to be another shameless plug? Is that a CFR? Ronnie's clon centaur pedal? Oh my God. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. So I guess the next question is, how does this stack up to what we said? A standard clon type of circuit, not the original clon, because again, we're only talking the part for part clon type of pedal. All right, guys, I think earlier we had discussed that if I'm going to design a pedal, it's got to be, in my eyes, better than the original. Okay. Why is it? I hate the fact that this is turning into an infomercial. I'm sorry. Why is a CFR pedal better? It's because better low end response. It's got more gain on tap. It uses a TLE 2072 CP chip, which is a higher fidelity, higher slew rate chip. Why? If they're so great, then why doesn't everybody use them? Well, because they're expensive. And when you start really trying to make money at selling pedals, something like the difference of a TLO 72 and a TLE 2072 is a lot of money. But to buy it from me, small batch, I can swing it. And it has a toggle on the back. It's a fat switch.
Or crazy distortion. So
it's getting knocked down for the CFR. Ouch. Okay, now let's look at the tier list and see how we did. All right, so in the S tier, it goes CFR, Clon, Phase 90, Wah, Super Fuzz, Critter Prototype, M4, Bluesbreaker, Chicken Salad, Grunge Pedal. That is generous. That is generous. This is my list. I do what I want. Plumes Pedal, Tube Screamer, Big Muff, Fuzz Face, Metal Zone, and a DS1. Okay, so I think the only thing I want to change at this point is where the M4 sits. Because if you were to say, hey, Ronnie, we're going to play a gig tonight. We're going to do like a cover gig. You can either have a wah pedal or an M4. And that's your only pedal. I was like, yeah, give me the M4. Are you crazy? Why would I just want a wah pedal? How is that going to help me? So I can play clean wah the whole night? That'd be weird. That'd be so weird. And the same thing with the Phase 90, So maybe originally I was just doing this to badassness and not practicality. Well, yeah. Okay, so if we're talking practicality, the new Critter Fuzz Face pedal is going to be more versatile than a Super Fuzz. Super Fuzz is fun, but it's like the Phase 90. You flip it on and it gets wild and crazy and it's not versatile, but it is cool. It is badass. Just like a Phase 90 or a wah pedal. I'll tell you what, if you had all your other pedals and for your fun pedal, I could either have a wah or a Super Fuzz. I guess give me the wah, even though most nights I take the Super Fuzz. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll take a Super Fuzz before I take a wah pedal to a gig. That's just me, though. And again, this is my list. This isn't the
end all be all for everybody.
I hope you guys enjoyed the Critter Rockin' Ronnie's Dirt Pedal tier list. I had fun with you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. All right, bye.